What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy. Can't turn you do shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit. Turn. Tell you to motherfucker day. You're here outside. Big crip in the gang. You're here outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia, do your thing, and Texas, stand the fuck up. Each day is going to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down or strike back. Never let somebody tell you who you are, but also never put yourself in a position of alone. Let's stay humble. It's young revolution on this movement. Keep Yahweh first. Come to the black Hebrew Israelite as a real Jew. We out here. Alright. Boom. Say, motherfucker day. You're here outside. Big crip in the gang. You're here outside shit, man. Turn up. Hey man, say man. Bruh. What in the Diddy escalades are going on? Nigga. Bruh. This is literally wild. You know what I'm saying? We knew there was a lot of freaky shit going on in the entertainment business, man. But who knew it really got down to this point? You know what I'm saying? And first off, before we say some shit, we all know Tyler Perry was gonna buy BET. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that was just the main reason this shit dropped, but he was trying to buy BET, and it's owned by a white person. So we just gotta always remember that. So it's these dudes, man, who trying to sue Tyler Perry. One of them is a white dude. He played on the Oval. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I his name Nixon or some shit. He's a white dude, bruh. It gets crazy. He trying to sue that nigga for 260 M's. Not saying that Tyler Perry don't have that shit, because if he trying to buy BET for a Billy, but who want to give that shit to a cockazoid? You know what I'm saying? But also it's a black dude. Derek or some shit. This motherfucker, man, he got story 3. And they trying to say he got tapes. So, Boondocks said it first. They put the episode out first. And look how shit, get to, bruh. It's wild. You know what I'm saying, bruh? You know, I mean, it's not too surprised that we knew he was gay. Like, nigga wear a whole dress. You a grown-ass man wearing a dress and some heels, bro. You fruity. And like I said, I don't have no gripe against people who do what they do. But at the same time, the motherfuckers who be playing on shit like this shit is insane. But like I said, bro, we gonna break this shit down. You know what I'm saying? And really see what's really going on to where it gotta escalate to millions upon millions of dollars lawsuit. Let's get into the shit. Crip. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Tyler Perry, man, is a fruit box. But we don't know, because all this is allegedly. But the way it looking, man, Boondocks not lying, nigga. That shit was 100% on the bumper, nigga, on ass, nigga, like Crip. It just shows you, nigga, you never know what's going behind them closed doors, nigga, in anybody's house, nigga. Crip.
It's gay. I know he's gay. He knows he's gay. Tyler Perry is gay.
Damn.
I know he's gay. He knows he's gay. We all have friends that know he's gay. I've hung around Tyler Perry. I've known Tyler Perry for years. Tyler Perry is hiding in the closet trying to hide his sexuality and not really doing a good job about it when you stop and think about it.
Trapped in the closet, R. Kelly?
NFL star Kerry Rhodes had just played his last game in the NFL. He didn't know it at that time. He was only around 30 years old, and he was trying to get back into the league, but things didn't work out for him. But around that year of 2013, a very interesting photo came out of him and his assistant, Alton Craig. And people were saying, hey, this photo is interesting. It looks like Kerry Rhodes is involved with this man. Now, it's interesting because at this time, Kerry Rhodes was still married to his wife, but people just didn't understand the closeness of him and this other guy. It didn't make sense. And then when you looked at Kerry Rhodes' assistant on Instagram, people thought that this man lived a gay lifestyle.
He do
Kerry
look
Rhodes
zesty as
came out
hell.
and talked about it and said, well, the rumors are what they are, but
His hairline too damn crispy.
Damn.
Fast forward. Once this rumor came about, an NFL news reporter asked Kerry Rhodes about what he thought about the NFL's policy of asking about a future NFL's players' sexuality.
One little bit of a serious question. The NFL has been asking some of the candidates about their sexual orientation.
Yes.
How do you feel about
So
that?
this must be Tyler Perry, one of his friends who been
I think for
this
us, for a football player to grow as our franchise, our brand to grow, I think a lot of people outside of football think we're big tough guys, and that's what we're about. We're not
Now a lot of motherfuckers are
anything past
fruitcakes,
that.
let's
But
be
we
honest.
have a lot of guys that are intellectual guys that are smart guys that
White,
business driven,
a lot of
business oriented.
motherfuckers, man.
And now that the sexual orientation thing is coming up, I think you will find that somebody will come out and say that they're whatever the situation is. And I think it's a good thing. I think the more you grow as a person, as an individual, you become secure with who you are.
Kerry Rhodes was still trying to distance himself from being gay, but then this happened. Shannon Sharp's former assistant, then the boyfriend of Kerry Rhodes, came out by the name of Hollywood Mugler. He released a bunch of photos of them together in provocative positions. He said this.
Kerry Rhodes is gay. I mean, anytime you lay with a person that has the same thing that you have between thy legs and you sleep with them, you're gay. But I think that I probably was the first guy that he tried, and he liked it.
The fuck?
Kerry Rhodes went on to lose a lot of credibility amongst fans and people because, number one, you're living a gay lifestyle, and then number two, you lied about it. But there's somebody else who could also risk their career with that, Tyler Perry. As we know, Tyler Perry has a lawsuit from actor Derek Dixon, in which the guy is looking for $260 million at least in damages. If it goes all the way through, he can pay $400 million. But for some, this might not seem okay because Tyler Perry is not gay. He has a girlfriend or had a girlfriend as a kid with an Richard woman, and even though he may have some feminine attributes, that doesn't mean that Tyler Perry is gay. He's never acknowledged the fact that he's gay. How is this lawsuit coming about? Clearly, this must be a lie, right? And now, some old things are resurfacing. There's a YouTuber by the name of Walter Lee Hampton II. Now, if anybody knows about Walter Lee Hampton, I've seen his videos here and there. He's been on the platform for a long time. And some of his best videos are against his former friend, Tyler Perry. Now, this isn't new. He's been doing these videos for at least 13 to 14 years, some even 12 years old. And one of his most popular videos is called The Outing of Tyler Perry. Can a gay man who's already out be outed? And then he says this.
The reason why Tyler Perry and I are really not friends even to this day is because Tyler Perry was uncomfortable with his sexuality. He didn't want anyone to know. And I was sitting there, me and him got into a very heated discussion at a restaurant many years ago, more than 10 years ago.
You gotta be a different type of man to wear a dress in a wig. Let's be honest.
So I see him and say hello. He'd see me and say hello. I couldn't understand how someone could be dislike themselves so much that they would hide who they were from everyone. And I'm learning that a lot of black gay men are just not comfortable with who they are. They're not proud of who they are. They're not happy with who they are. This is sad. Very, very sad. See, I can't change who I am. Now, if I wanted to get rid of this big black nose, yeah, I could run and go see a bunch of plastic surgery here, put a little pug nose right here, do something. I probably do something to my lips, and and I probably can lighten my skin and look white.
That's a fact.
But I'm still gonna be a black man.
Look at Jackie Robinson.
The reason why him and Tyler Perry fell out is because Tyler Perry was clearly gay.
Player.
Tyler Perry was going to gay clubs, hanging around gay people, and everybody knew that Tyler Perry was gay, but he consistently tried to deny the fact that he was gay, and that him and Tyler Perry stopped being friends because he confronted him about it. Like, listen, man, everybody knows you're gay. I'm gay, and if you look at Walter Lee Hampton, he's a big guy, he's a bodybuilder, but he says, "Hey, I've known I've been gay since preschool," and it's something that we just got to accept instead of going around and acting like you're not.
Yeah, I think he went to the
Diddy party. And because of that fallout, him and Tyler Perry have no longer been friends. But he goes on to say this:
"You can't pray away the gay. You can't wish away. A psychiatrist can't
you can't pray about it because God can change anything. But
people are born gay. Black people have got to be stopped being so ignorant and stupid.
Nah, my boy, you can pray away. Pray away,
gay. Stop letting religion dictate our lives in concerns to sexuality."
Nah, my boy,
he says
God is real.
A lot of people are religious, and so praying the gay away, that's hard for people to do because people know that homosexuality is a sin. And so just being gay or being associated with being a homosexual is tough to do. Now, let me just say, that's a great point. I'm going to tell you why. If you guys from the black community understand how Tyler Perry started off, he started off in the black church. Like, how I found Tyler Perry was because of his particular plays that had, like, Tamala Man and David Man and the church plays that were touring all over the country. Back in the day, you used to have to fill out the money order, like my grandma used to do, and then order them on P.O. Box, and they would send them to your house, and they would play them on DVD. And that's how the world knew about Tyler Perry. He literally got on just like Master P did. Master P and E40 and Too Short, they were selling CDs out the trunk, right? And so Tyler Perry got into Hollywood by building up a fan base by literally selling church plays. So a lot of things with Tyler Perry have to do with a lot of religion-based things. And honestly, that is a part of his mantra. That's a part of his brand, right? His brand is Jesus, a part of Tyler Perry, even though he's gotten into different things.
Yeah, I know. They talking about
he's known as a person that's a Christian.
He donated
we already know that because there's a viral video of him laying his hands on TD Jakes falling out. So Tyler Perry plays a big role in the church. And clearly for him, a person that grew up in his generation, you can't come out and say that you're homosexual and be accepted by the church community in his time. Now, somebody like Lee Daniels, who's a filmmaker and show producer, he's clearly gay, but he's not attached to the church like Tyler Perry is. So Tyler Perry is trying to hide all of this, and here's how he's done it.
There's been all kinds of stuff said about Tyler Perry in sexuality over the years. Tyler Perry has paid out millions of dollars to keep his sexuality a secret. Millions. Tyler Perry, but I've known people who wrote books about Tyler Perry, plays about Tyler Perry.
He got a counsel.
Tyler Perry would meet with them, give them money, have them sign a no-clause agreement stating that they will not speak about him. They won't say anything about him for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Who knows? He's did this with a lot of people, and he's gave them millions of dollars to shut up.
I mean, at least he done that, I guess. I don't know.
Go ahead and write your play.
According to Walter Lee, he's been paying people out for years. This is back in 2013 or 2012, and, he's been doing it even since that time. People have been trying to hide their books and whatever the case may yield. But the real issue is that with Tyler Perry is that he doesn't want this information out. But I think that many of us, let me not say this, we feel like we might be able to see what Mr. Walter is talking about, right? Let me just say this. If Tyler Perry were to come out and he was gay, wouldn't nobody be like, what? Really? Huh? We would all be like, woo, now that we got that out the way.
They're like the water is wet, bitch.
But the problem with that would be if Tyler Perry were to admit that he was gay, then it would give credence to these allegations from people over the years, former actors, this person, and because all of that is pent up inside of him, he has the urge to go out here and clap cheeks.
Damn,
over here at Clubhouse University.
Cheeks?
You know, and he's trying to secretly do it.
Like famous people.
If he comes out and says he's gay, then okay,
like
number one, he's probably going to be a heretic in the black church, even though the black church is changing now. But in the time that Tyler Perry was coming up,
damn.
Hey, if you were a person that was gay, you had to keep that on the low. Many of you guys remember, like Reverend James Cleveland. You know, you might remember
on the BET met
Richard
Tyler Perry.
Smallwood. Stop the show. I mean, that dude's last name is. I mean, a lot of those guys in the black church, you know, historically, I've heard about the great Reverend Charles Nix that played at the St. James Baptist Church in Detroit, that he was gay. A lot of people kept a lot of that under wraps. And as long as you,
we live in 2025, so I think a lot of these motherfuckers be gay.
Don't tell
and I think that's just what it is.
About
but
sexuality. But Tyler Perry is still stuck in that generation of you don't ask and you don't tell. Maybe if he was 30, 35 in today's church, more accepting, it might be okay. But the reality is that whatever you do in the dark will come to the light.
That's a fact.
You might be able to fool some people, but you won't be able to fool them all.
And even if it don't, God sees it.
Well, City Jackson back at it.
That's a fact.
That's Celebrity Drunk. Who's your father?
Shout out to Lala Lynn Media. Christina Keys was paid off according to Tyler Perry accuser. Bro, this shit is getting to some crazy time, bro. We really living in the end time.
What's up, you guys? So it's Layla Lynn, and I'm back.
That's what people not really understanding.
I wanted to explore more the situation with Tyler Perry and Derek Dixon, and Derek Dixon accusing him of SA and SH and all kinds of things. So I have a copy of the lawsuit, so you can see the lawsuit here. It's Derek Dixon, an individual, and he's suing Tyler Perry, an individual, Tyler Perry Studios, Tyler Perry Production Services, all these LLCs associated with Tyler Perry. And the first accusation is quid pro quo sexual harassment. And quid pro quo sexual harassment is when someone wants something in exchange. Like, they want access to you, like they want to intimately sleep with you in exchange for like a movie role or what have you. Maybe they put your show on television, what have you. And it's similar to the accusations that Christian Keys put out. Christian Keys never named a name, but it really sounded like the main person he was talking about was Tyler Perry, and he was describing the same thing, quid pro quo sexual harassment. And so I noticed in this lawsuit, in Derek Dixon's lawsuit, he actually claims that Christian Keys got paid off. According to him, Christian Keys got paid off. So we're going to talk about that in this video. But first,
that sounds too much like Allege Keys. Alicia Keys. I said Elijah.
Are you frustrated with your health, trying everything and still not? And don't forget to follow me on YouTube and subscribe. So in the lawsuit, he says in December 2023, Christian Keys, another actor who worked for Perry prior to Dixon's employment, posts a video on social media platforms detailing his abusive experience with an anonymous black Hollywood billionaire, which Dixon pieced together and believes to be Tyler Perry. Dixon heard Mr. Keys' account and saw that Perry had been engaging in the same sexual conduct as other actors. Just like the interactions described by Keys, Perry would get drunk, climb into Dixon's bed, and start fondling Dixon's butt. Dixon wanted to share his experiences with the media to prevent other actors from being abused at the hands of Tyler Perry. And so I want to go back. What he's describing is very similar to what Christian Keys described.
Perry would get drunk and climb in Dixon's bed and fondle Dixon's butt.
And Tyler Perry entering the guest room and entering the bed and SA-ing them.
I'm interested to see.
Don't take years
to see which.
So was he staying with Tyler Perry? Was they all staying together in like a group home?
It may interfere with their work.
Nigga, Tyler Perry would have died that day.
You gotta.
That nigga would have had to get an exercise coffin that day.
You're sleeping off.
Hell no.
In his guest room.
Everybody would have got cooked.
Because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bad, so after a big party. Won't say what type, won't say where. I'm asleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not sure what Hennessy's deep. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out.
I mean, the nigga wear the dress?
He tries to shake and grab your equipment.
No, there ain't no. Ooh. Nigga try to grab the plunger, bitch.
Like, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck? My bad. So you go to leave. He tries to do it again.
Damn.
Now, at that point, my only regret is not breaking
So Christian Keys,
multiple bones in this person's face.
Nigga, fuck breaking, nigga would have died.
Like beating the dog shit out of this person.
Nigga.
Right? Because
So
that's
playing
available
with
to me
niggas.
at all times.
Niggas gonna come on first 48, bitch.
In her grizzly bear, it's always available.
First
but in the moment, I'm
48.
like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And what?
Put these niggas on posters, nigga. What you talking about?
You got a guy that's a billionaire, and I got $3,000
Oh, damn, bitch.
in my bank account. Who are you gonna believe?
Shit, neither one, but at the end of the day, shit.
That's my mom's rent for next month.
I don't believe shit.
Make sure little man's taken care of.
At the end of the day,
and that's a little bit for the gas tank, and the rest of it, I go to the dollar store and get some bread and bologna and hot dogs and mustard, and I can get by. Work was slow, and a lot of the work that was coming was.
I mean, you gotta think about it, bro.
I'm like, fuck that, man. That's not what I want. That's not what I want.
If you're working with Tyler Perry, nigga, you gotta knew somebody was gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying?
Brave enough to, and I regret not.
Somebody gonna get hit. And
because
whoever close to that nigga at that time was gonna get hit.
Had a big heart. Mother had a big heart. Mother's heart was just big, slim, and she was like a little yellow boy. You're gonna come and you're gonna be a part of my family. And I always try to think about things, and not lash out, even though I wanted to. I'm mad at me for not hitting him.
That nigga was trying to grab you, Mr. Johnson.
Speaking up and saying something. Because between that year and now, how many young black actors have fell for that?
I'm about to say, is it worth it? That nigga grabbing a dick?
You can hear him on the conversations. You can hear him on the conversations.
Oh, shit, you got the recorder?
You can hear him say
damn.
That he has multiple guys on payroll, 6 figures a year that pop up. And
Tyler Perry got too damn
whatever he
comfortable.
wants, and they go back home, pop in, they grab their ankles, they do whatever he wants. And I'm like, I'm not finna fucking do that. I'm not doing that. I don't want to make it that bad.
That nigga was saying, bend over and talk.
Morning,
what?
Any grief,
hell no.
or any regret, or any shame wait before me in the mirror.
That nigga trying to get y'all on my motherfucking, what's that shit?
And so when Christian Keys talks about Tyler Perry having other men on payroll, like you think he's saying like he pays other men, like you think he means in a general term. But now with this guy, Derek Dixon, coming out, it sounds like he really meant they actually work for him. Like the other men on his TV shows and his movies that probably work behind the scenes. Like they're literally on payroll because they work for Tyler Perry. And one of the charges Derek Dixon has against Tyler Perry Studios is negligent hiring, supervision,
I mean, you don't have to be a rocket science to figure out that Tyler Perry was on some fuck shit.
And the employee in question is Tyler Perry. And in this section, he says, in fact, it is alleged that Christian Keys and others may have been subjected to the same harassment, and Tyler Perry Studios knowingly covered up the harassment to protect Mr. Perry.
That's like saying
Tyler Perry
Studios
allegedly took actions against Mr. Keys, including but not limited to paying Mr. Keys a certain sum of money and threatening him if he disclosed Perry's harassment. So if y'all ever want to know why Christian Keys kind of got quiet, Derek Dixon is alleging that he was paid off, that he was paid a certain sum of money, and he was threatened. So y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this lawsuit. What's done in the dark comes to light. Doesn't Tyler Perry have a movie themed that? What's done in the dark comes to light? One of his plays. I think that's the name of one of his plays. But in any case, now he's finding out if he did these. These are all allegations. But if he did these things, now he's finding out what's done in the dark.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying for like motherfuckers doing some fuck shit. Crip. Hey man, the Tyler Perry man. It like shit, everything coming out once this legal suit came out. Like they was just waiting, nigga. It like this nigga, man, like bury him and pray, like rubbing their hands together, nigga.
Out of your back just to fit inside of someone's ceiling. You have to stand up full and proud, stand up erect. You know what I mean?
Let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress.
So we were sitting in the service, and I leaned up toward him, and I said, I've just been touched to give $1 million. So as recently, Perry's name hit the headlines again, this time in court. But Cat Williams and Terrence Howard have been warning us for years.
Not to mention the world, who has mixed feelings about homosexuality and the morality
of it,
and whether it's something that should be applauded or whether it's something.
Long before the lawsuits, they were calling out cheap deals,
broken
promises, and what they say is a deeply toxic culture behind Perry's polished image.
It's kind of up to me that you could be a famous entertainer and make millions and billions of dollars, but the one thing you can't do is tell the truth.
So, what exactly did they reveal?
That was a bar, bitch.
And why is the industry just now catching up? Let's get into it.
Damn.
Looks like Tyler Perry might have some new drama on his hands. And this time, it's supposedly with Cat and Terrence Howard. Word on the street is that they are gearing up to spill some serious tea about Tyler. So, what's got them all fired up? It seems the whole issue is tied to a pretty hot topic. The portrayal of black men wearing dresses in the entertainment world. And Terrence isn't just an observer here. He's claiming he's been a victim of it too.
That's how Tyler Perry
Apparently,
was.
He's on a mission to call out what he sees as Hollywood's push to emasculate black men. And he's pointing fingers right at Tyler Perry for leading that trend.
The people that want that. Our entire world economy is based off of the politicians.
Facts.
And the authorities.
Rumor has it, Terrence has had enough of the industry constantly pushing roles that mess with traditional ideas of masculinity. He's not holding back either, claiming that Hollywood has slapped him with a difficult to work with label just because he refused to wear a dress for a role. It's not just about him, though. Terrence is speaking out about what he sees as a bigger issue in Hollywood, echoing what big names like Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams have said before. Some people might brush this off as just another Hollywood rumor, but Terrence is staying firm.
This lawsuit might knock some motherfucking sense to his head, and not to his ass. Pause.
The worst thing to call somebody is crazy is dismissive.
Yeah.
I don't understand this person.
According to the grapevine, Hollywood slapped him with the difficult to work with label because he turned down a role that would have had him wearing a dress. He's clearly frustrated.
Yeah, bitch, I'm
and word is, he's even considering quitting acting altogether.
You be a side character and wear a dress like a background character.
Industry pushing an agenda he can't stand. Now, if you've been paying attention, you've probably heard about Cat Williams recently bringing up the whole Hollywood dress thing again. Saying there's this supposed agenda to get black actors into dresses and gain mainstream success.
LeBron
James
wears
that Terrence Howard might be one of those actors who got iced out for saying no to the dress.
They put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career. I've been connecting them down like, wow, these brothers gonna wear a dress.
Terrence has definitely made headlines, not just for his acting, but for his personal drama too. But let's not forget, the guy's got serious talent. During an appearance on Bill Maher's Club Random podcast, Terrence Howard shared that he once turned down the chance to play Smokey Robinson in a biopic. He called it one of the biggest regrets of his life, but he explained the reason. At the time, he was already talking with Lee Daniels about playing Marvin Gaye in a different biopic. Funny enough, he ended up turning that role down too. Once he learned more details about the Marvin Gaye project, he wasn't comfortable moving forward. Howard said he backed out because of rumors about Marvin Gaye's ability. He even made a strong comment saying he'd rather cut his lips off than kiss a man on screen.
Ooh.
While talking with Maher, he He also brought up a conversation he had with Quincy Jones during those early talks about the Marvin Gaye film.
I'm not dropping names. I'm just giving credibility to what I'm saying about what I'm never dropping. That Marvin was gay. And Marvin was gay.
Damn,
and
Marvin.
I'm like, was he gay? And Quincy's
I think Marvin was gay. Marvin Gaye. I don't know. But they said,
also revealed that the filmmakers wanted to dive into the rumors about Marvin Gaye's sexuality. Something he wasn't okay with. He said straight up that he couldn't play a role he didn't understand. Marr agreed with him, and Howard added that it just didn't feel right for him to take on something he couldn't connect with. During his life, Marvin Gaye's sexuality was never confirmed. He was married twice, first to Anna Gordy for 10 years, then to Janice Hunter for 5.
Just like Teddy Pendergrass. We don't know if he was on
with Vulture, Quincy Jones claimed that Gaye had a romantic relationship with Marlon Brando, along with other famous men like Richard Pryor. At the time, Jones said, "He was the most charming MF you ever met," Jones told Vulture. "He'd F anything. Anything. He'd F a mailbox, James Baldwin, Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye." Of course, Terrence Howard's comments sparked a big reaction on social media. A lot of people found his views offensive and called them problematic. Some even said interview platforms should stop giving him a spotlight because of the weird stuff he's said over the years. That includes things like him claiming 1 + 1 = 2, trying to disprove the Pythagorean theorem.
Now I said 1 + 1 = 21.
Kill gravity, not believing in the number 0, and even saying he remembers the day he was born. After his recent comments, plenty of social media users spoke out, and most weren't on Howard's side.
Maybe motherfuckers on some crazy shit, man.
Photos of Howard on the red carpet getting kissed on the cheek by actors like Cuba Gooding Jr. and Paul Giamatti, clearly trying to call out the double standard. So the thing is, he has been talking against how he was forced to do things that should not be done. And once he voiced those issues, he was blackballed. And this can be seen from Tyler Perry's case. Actor Derek Dixon sued Tyler Perry for $260 million, claiming he was asexually H-assed, asexually A-alted, and faced retaliation.
Filed lawsuit accuses Tyler Perry an actor on one of the filmmaker's shows. Actor Derek Dixon has sued Perry for $260 million.
The lawsuit was filed on Friday, June 13th in Los Angeles.
June 13th.
According to court documents obtained by People, Derek Dixon alleged that Tyler Perry created a controlling and sexually inappropriate relationship while he was acting in Perry's TV shows The Oval and Ruthless, where Dixon played a character named Dale. Dixon claimed that Perry initially offered him career opportunities, such as producing his pilot and giving him acting roles. But things took a dark turn when Dixon didn't reciprocate Perry's romantic interest.
He didn't turn down the offer, though. To do the shit.
And ultimately damaging his career after being rejected.
Tyler Perry has been hit with huge lawsuit from an actor by the name of Derek.
Tyler Perry's lawyer, Matthew Boyd, told People that the lawsuit was a setup. This is someone who got close to Tyler Perry just to run a scam, he said. Tyler won't be bullied, and we believe these false claims.
I told y'all niggas, man, that BET shit, man.
Dixon alleged that over the next few months, Perry continued texting him, sometimes in a flirtatious manner, but also offering help with his career and promising to change his life. In November 2019, according to Dixon, Perry gave him a small role on Ruthless. Then, in January 2020, Dixon claimed that Perry assaulted him at his home. Just a month later, Perry allegedly offered him a regular role on The Oval. Dixon said that when he first read the script for his character, he noticed the ending left his character's future ambiguous. According to the lawsuit, Perry warned him that if he didn't respond to Perry's flirtation or didn't play along, his character would be written off. And by the end of his first season, Dixon's character Dale was shot 4 times in the chest. Dixon claimed this was Perry's way of asserting control, allegedly implying that Dale's survival depended on keeping Perry happy. After filming that scene, Dixon alleged that Perry invited him into his trailer, where he reportedly pinned him against the wall and aggressively groped him in a sexual manner. Dixon also claimed a similar incident occurred in October 2020 during a cast trip to the Bahamas, where Perry allegedly groped him again. By December 2020, Dixon said he visited a doctor who diagnosed him with serious stress symptoms, such as insomnia, gastrointestinal issues, and abnormally low cortisol levels, believed to be caused by ongoing harassment. He was subsequently prescribed Zoloft, a medication used to treat anxiety and depression. Then, in June 2021, Perry allegedly invited Dixon to his home again, saying he wanted to discuss producing Dixon's pilot, Losing It, which he had previously shown interest in. But Dixon claimed that during that visit, he was sexually assaulted once more.
Dixon says Perry assaulted him at Perry's Atlanta home in January of 2020.
Over the 5 months following the alleged incidents, Dixon said he struggled with severe depression, anxiety, stomach pain, and constant nausea. He was eventually diagnosed with PTSD. During this time, he claimed that individuals close to Perry, referred to in the complaint as fixers, attempted to smooth things over by offering him a raise to stay on the Oval. They also allegedly promised that Perry would purchase the rights to produce his show, Losing It. In January 2023, Dixon stated that he informed Perry he was moving to California to put distance between them. He continued working on the Oval for a period, but eventually left during the final season. As a result, he claimed he lost nearly $400,000 in potential earnings. Dixon is now suing Perry for multiple serious allegations and is requesting a jury trial, $160 million in damages. Now, people are assuming that this is not something new about Tyler. Remember in 2023, Christian Keys came forward and made some claims about a billionaire. Now, we all know who are billionaires in this industry, and we can count them on fingers. But people assumed that it was about Tyler Perry.
$3,000 in my bank account. What are you gonna believe? Right? I got that $3,000.
While Christian Keys did not name his alleged abuser, several internet sleuths speculated that he was talking about Tyler Perry. In a December 2023 Instagram Live, Christian Keys, an actor and writer whose novel Ladies' Night was adapted in the BET Plus show All the Queen's Men, spoke out against alleged abuse he had faced, specifically referring to a powerful man in Hollywood who he accused of sexually harassing him. While Keys did not name his alleged abuser, several internet sleuths speculated that he was talking about Perry. Perry employed Keys in his stage plays Medea Goes to Jail and What's Done in the Dark, and also produced All the Queen's Men.
I was on a show.
He said in his video at the time that his abuser had several black people on a payroll. You get a grown man that knows you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room because he says it's safe. I'm 5 full Hennessy down and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb in the bed with you, so you spaz out, push him out, he said, while talking the alleged alt. Social media users are now drawing similarities between Keys and Dixon's allegations against Perry. Actor Derek A. Dixon and Christian Keys' stories are extremely similar, and both men continued working with the abuser. Both victims never called the police nor filed a police report. One ex-user wrote, "Remember Christian Keys made this video about Tyler Perry, allegedly, last year? I remember a blind item saying he was paid off, but more people will come forward about TP. I guess where there's smoke, there is fire," another said. One user wrote, "The same story Derek Dixon is sharing of his alleged sex from Tyler Perry is the same story Christian Keys shared about a black Hollywood giant that he's worked on YA'd for YRC before he was bullied into deleting his videos from IG. Believe
survivors the first time. People have been whispering for years that Tyler Perry was involved with a man named Joshua Soule, who also used to work for him. Back in 2014, things got serious when Perry filed a restraining order against Soule after a wild incident at his Atlanta studio in October 2013. The details were kept quiet at the time, but the rumors never died. According to Perry, Soule didn't just show up uninvited. He broke in. Perry claimed Soule snuck into the studio by disabling alarms, crawling through ceiling panels, and locking himself inside an office. The whole building had to be evacuated, and police spent 4 hours trying to get him out. He was eventually arrested and charged with criminal trespassing. Perry then sued him, asking for a restraining order, $100,000 for harassment, $25,000 in legal fees, and even requested counseling for Soule. But here's where it gets messier. Rumors started flying that Perry and Soule may have had a romantic relationship, and when Perry tried to end it, Soule wasn't willing to let go. Soule's legal team denied all of it. They said he didn't stalk Perry or break in, and that he was being falsely accused.
Damn, man.
Then, out of nowhere, Soule hit back. On May 13th, he filed a $10 million lawsuit against Perry, Tyler Perry Studios, and a supervisor named Brett Hendricks. In the suit, Soule said he asked while working as a production assistant in 2014. He claimed his supervisor called him baby, made comments, offered for favors, and even said, "I miss you." When Soule reported it to Perry, he says nothing was done and the behavior continued. Soule also said Perry hurt his reputation by calling him mentally disturbed on Facebook. In his lawsuit, he accused Perry of creating a hostile work environment, retaliation, emotional damage, and battery, and demanded $10 million. Now, here's an interesting twist. Way before all of this, the animated show, The Boondocks, aired an episode that many believed was making fun of Perry and hinting at this kind of behavior. It caused such a stir that people said Perry tried to fire staff and sue the show.
Yep.
Perry denied that, but the episode was still pulled, and the gossip got louder. With all these lawsuits, rumors, and quiet removals, some people believe Perry has been trying to cover things up, whether by suing people, offering hush money, or just staying silent. And now that more details are coming out, people are starting to connect the dots that were ignored for years. Just like the Spike Lee situation, that no response is the best response. I'm just going to leave it at that, Perry said, referring to separate criticism Lee lodged at him about his work. However, after numerous accusations and evidence emerging from Hollywood celebrities and workers, many people and fans believe that Tyler Perry is gay based on his behavior and how he was portrayed in the series a long time ago. Word is, there's actually video footage from one of Diddy's wild parties that could drag Tyler Perry right into the middle of this growing scandal. Tyler's been acting calm, maybe hoping things would just blow over. But now, with Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, basically hinting that some serious dirt is about to come out, it's looking like Perry might not be able to escape this one so easily.
But all this is bigger than Diddy.
But once you start raping and you know what I'm saying, graping and
it's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on?
You've got to wonder, what else are these tapes going to show? Could Tyler, the supposed handler, be on the verge of getting thrown under the bus as Diddy tries to save himself? If Hollywood is starting to turn its back on Tyler Perry, it's not exactly shocking. His name keeps popping up in some really questionable conversations. Let's be real, Hollywood's shiny image has been cracking for a while now. And with these kinds of allegations coming out, some actresses are finally starting to speak up and ask the hard questions. Like, why work with someone who might be tied to something this messy? Especially when the rumors suggest he wasn't just watching from the sidelines.
They were trying to get a payday. They were like, they know what's going to happen.
Not a good look, Tyler. Not at all.
The other dude got taken.
Tyler Perry has undoubtedly left a lasting mark on the entertainment industry, elevating from the Atlanta theater scene to achieving box office success with his Medea series. However, Perry's journey hasn't been devoid of controversy. Rumors have circulated, suggesting that Perry's ego may have led to conflicts, even with influential figures like Oprah. In the fiercely competitive world of Hollywood, navigating through challenges often involves encountering questionable tactics, and it appears Tyler Perry is no stranger to this reality.
You know, and when I'm hearing all this noise, man, it was crazy because there were no black people on television before diversity became a thing. Tyler Perry was the only one out there for a long time.
Renowned filmmaker Spike Lee is one of the notable voices that have criticized Tyler Perry for incorporating stereotypical characters in his work. Lee, known for his outspoken stance on social and cultural issues, has openly addressed this concern regarding Perry's creative choices.
I still think that a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery.
Facts.
And I know it's making a lot of money.
Now, we all know Cat Williams doesn't bite his tongue. And when it comes to Hollywood's elite, he's basically a one-man truth serum. Cat has dropped multiple bombs over the years about Tyler Perry, claiming that the empire Perry built wasn't just talent and grind. It came with a price. From backroom power moves to questions about how Perry allegedly treats black men behind the scenes, Cat's rants were written off as crazy talk. But looking at the lawsuits, the NDAs, and the sudden silence of people who once worked closely with Tyler, Cat might not have been crazy after all. He might have just been early.
It's kind of up to me that you could be a famous entertainer and make billions and billions of dollars, but the one thing you can't do is tell the truth.
And then there's Terrence Howard, who's had his own clashes with Hollywood and refused to play the game. Terrence recently doubled down on his past claims about the toxic masculinity flip in the industry. He's not judging anyone's sexuality, let's be clear. But he is calling out how certain men in power allegedly pressure or manipulate others into compromising situations, all in the name of success, favor, or control. And when he said that, he named names, Diddy being one of them. But more subtly, he alluded to producers and filmmakers with immense control over Black Hollywood. Ring any bells?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking.
This isn't about tearing down Tyler Perry. It's about finally questioning the system he's helped uphold and asking what it really costs to make it in Black Hollywood. One thing's for sure, Cat and Terrence weren't just venting. They were warning us. And now, it's all coming to light. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.
Alright, we back. So as you see from Trey, bruh, the white dude, I smell cap. You know what I'm saying? The black dude, I feel like he got a little bit of something that he got, like he really like on some just, like he probably was not with the shit, but you feel me? He probably is like on some shit, like he might be on some shit. Cause he had the video recorded. The white dude, man, I feel like he capped. Cause it's like, Richard, both of them, they did the same thing. It's like, okay, if you feel like these motherfuckers are playing with your manhood and really trying to touch on you and really get down to the nitty gritty, why the fuck you just didn't leave? I think that's the $1 million question. That's the $260 million question. Why the fuck did he not leave? Even though this nigga's a billionaire, so he could probably go to anywhere you go to, but with higher security. But like I said, still, why the fuck did you not just leave? You know what I'm saying? If it got down to that point to where you felt like he was really playing on your top and he really was trying to get down to the gritty, you should have left. You know what I'm saying? Why take disrespect as far as motherfuckers trying to play in your manhood and break you down if you didn't want the shit? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you know what I'm saying? After all that situation, he grabbed you, threw you to the side, do all this, you know what I'm saying? Fruit Loop shit. Why didn't you leave, nigga? Bruh, like, I don't know, man. We live in a day and age, man, where a lot of people, man, well, it's even back then, shit. Fuck we talking day and age. They thought they could buy humans back then. They feel like, people think that when they get money, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. But that's the sad truth of the story of the point in fact. Money on ain't shit but paper. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, money on ain't shit but paper. You know what I'm saying? Yes, some of these motherfuckers would be fucking goofball ass niggas and give it up all for some paper. But real ones know that it's spiritually. That's the real. But like I said, bro, you know, once they saw that Billy, and they saw it was Tyler Perry, nigga, they was like, it's stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because for you to even be on that shit afterwards, you know what I'm saying? Because the first time would have been too many. That's one too many. You know what I'm saying? But to keep on doing it, that's the wild part, you know what I'm saying? But people been exposing the truth on Perry. But people didn't know, like I said, man, people probably knew it. But people don't really care about it until it's like, it's really dramaful. It's really got a lot of drama to it. If it ain't got no drama, niggas don't give a fuck. Nigga, you ain't putting a lawsuit out, do some goofy shit, niggas don't give a fuck. I'll just be honest, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, hopefully we get to know what's going on. And like I said, man, if we can save more black people from getting their manhood taken, we can. But if we can stop getting successful black men money on taken from liars, hopefully we can. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, these people could be lying. Even with the proof, they could be lying. Because they probably could set that shit up like, oh yeah, we finna get a bag off this nigga. We know he a little zesty. We know he active too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got really peep game. Motherfuckers be on some slimy ass shit. Oh, he active. And I can get him, and I can just record the shit and act like a victim. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I always say, go back to Get Out. When that girl was talking to that nigga, that airport dude, and he was on the phone, and he was saying, he was talking to her, and she had a straight ass face, acting crazy. You never know what these people intentions are, bro. Like, we just can't fall for the trash, man, on both sides. You never know what the fuck going on. Because like I said, wherever Tyler Perry does behind the closed doors is what he does. But once you start getting into that extra ass shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? People do be lying. So, hey, like I said, I think we all knew Tyler Perry was gay. You know what I'm saying? If he not, we at least LGBT community committed at the end of the day. Hood, Northside, Big Crip, gang.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.